hope you're ready for another episode tonight of the Music Shop with Miss Music on 91.3 The Plug and HHQ TV2. Boy, oh boy, we about to turn up tonight. I'm so excited I can't even talk. Let's get it. That's right. .3 The Plug. We live. It's showtime, baby. Yeah, that's right. Hit the like button, because you never know when I'm coming out. Subscribe now. Download the free app now at HQ TV.
I be stacking up chips like Lego. Badass bitch bag matching my stilettos. In it full of paper, same color as a gecko. I'm laying on the boat across the water where the deck low. Rolling up some petrol. I ain't got no service. Still I got my metro. Don't need no disturbance. Drowning me, I let go. I'm floating to the surface. These niggas set you up slow and take you down on purpose. Facts.
That's right. DNN Music Video Showcase. Check it out. Always on HHQ TV. That's right. 91.3 The Plug. If you want to get on the website, hit me up. I got a deal for you. You are now tuned into the Music Shop with Miss on 91.3 The Plug and HHQ TV 2. Yeah, that's right. Let's get it. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody?
You caught me in here picking my nose.
It's
Love it.
okay,
Perfect
girl.
time.
I keep getting like a hair on my microphone and
It's just me
my nose.
adjusting my little breathing tubes. Oh, it's like perfect timing.
Perfect. What's up, everybody? This is the Music Shop with Miss Music on 91.3 The Plug and HHQ TV. Tonight, we have somebody that's really cool. She is out of this world. We have on tonight Miss Lexa Terrestrial. Lexa Terrestrial.
Hello.
Lexa.
This is so this one, love your voice. Two,
Oh, thank you.
we've had a lot of fun chat so far. Three, the whole intro and everything you're doing is really, really badass. When I was watching all that stuff, I got really excited. Very cool. Well put together.
Thank you.
So I'm honored to be on. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, thank you. Sometimes my mic cuts off when the music's going on. I don't know, man. It just wants to play the commercial, but y'all make sure. Thank you. Y'all make sure you get on over to Amazon Fire TV and download your free app now for HHQ TV 2. And if you want to get on, like I said, the website 91.3 The Plug, you have to hit me up because I definitely got something for your artists out there. Lexa Terrestrial, welcome to the Music Shop. Thank you for coming on, Mamita. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. And I did post, I shared the 91.3 The Plug, that link to the Music Shop. I shared that in my Instagram story. Awesome. It was just like, I was like getting ready. I was like, here I am without my mask on. If you're curious what that like
right? They would do that too. They'd be like, is it sure it's her? You know, I mean, she's covering her face. And it's like, yeah.
Oh, that's, you know what? It doesn't even matter. For some reason, I could be wearing a Michael Myers costume. People would still know it's me. I have some kind of dead giveaway. Maybe it's like my mannerisms or my voice, or maybe it's my height because I'm like 4'9". That might be it. But yeah, like that happened this weekend at my. I performed at this festival this weekend. Sumaluma. I say it's Sumaluma, but it's Sumaluma. Oh, so fun. I performed there and I ran into some old high school friends and I said, "How the hell do you know it's me? I'm in a mask." How do you know? It's been like 10 years and they knew. It's weird.
You know, I've had guys tell me I can always tell it's you from behind.
From what?
They said I can always tell it's you, Miss Music, from behind. I'm like, oh my
gosh. Okay.
Yeah. They love it when I walk away, but
that ain't a bad thing.
Our friends, and people that I think, admire us, just learn to master our, our essence, so that we could be in a crowded room, and if we even we're dressed up, it's just the way we move,
The
the way
aura.
we vibe. Yeah, it's just they can
Uh,
just they know us so well, man. You can't hide from the people. You can't
yeah,
hide from your soul tribe. You can't.
yeah. Honestly, I used to not think that the energy was real. Like that people could sense, like if you're being completely quiet or still, that people could sense whether you're upset or happy. I didn't used to think that that was possible.
Mm.
But I do think it is in some senses, because there's like little things that we do that definitely give off like, like there'd be a lot of times where I was like really sick and in pain and miserable, and nobody knew. Like nobody had you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I wonder, I mean, I'm glad they didn't, like, thank God, because like a lot of the time I will be kind of like in pain or sad,
Yeah.
and people, so thank God they can't like really tell that. But I
Hmm.
do believe that like our body, our soul, we are our own home, and wherever we go, it's like our home or your house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that you
well,
can be
go.
comfortable wherever you are. Try to be
Hmm.
comfortable wherever you are, even if it's in a different new situation.
Hmm. Now, Miss Alexa Terrestrial, where are you from? Can you go ahead and let everybody
Sure.
know what you're representing?
It's a good question. Right here in the background, that's Planet Puff. It's it's the biggest planet. Nobody has seen, well, we've seen it with telescopes from Earth, but it's very, very far away. It is the biggest planet. They call it the Puffy planet. You can look this up. That's why I call it Planet Puff. It is kind of like a giant ball of styrofoam. So it's really big, but it's very lightweight planet. And by way of when I came to Earth, I hit the East Coast. I'm an East Coast girl. So New York and Pittsburgh, I consider my homes, but I was uh, mostly born in Pittsburgh.
Mm,
Such a complicated
okay.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah, PhD, right? Pittsburgh. Is it
Mm-hmm.
PhD, right? That's it, right, people.
Yeah, PJs.
I got a
What
lot of
about
people in Pittsburgh, damn it. I better have it right.
no, you got it. What about you? You're not in
I'm in
Pittsburgh.
Tampa. I'm in
Okay.
Florida.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh,
Yeah,
that you're
hot as hell
lucky.
out here right now.
You're
Oh God,
lucky.
I'm
Oh wait,
melting every
t-
day,
I'm hot too, and I don't have
girl. I
AC. I have one, like a portable one, but oh my
oh my
God, Lord help
gosh.
us, please. I can't imagine
Yeah,
how you are, because it's very humid down there, right?
yeah, it's hot, and I had a $450 daggum electric busted. Holy shit!
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't put my
yeah.
air from a 77 to 81, and I'm talking, boy, I'm like walking around here like I had to get a high velocity fan. I need a damn another one too, cause like I
Oh
got a
my
big,
God.
huge living room.
Yeah,
Not
that sucks.
mm,
I mean, yeah, I have a breathing condition, and like
me
it's
too.
it
Mm-hmm.
makes it like,
Heat, yep,
and I
worse.
didn't think it would. With my condition, humidity is actually good for the condition,
Mm?
because a lot of the
Oh,
time, like,
okay.
but it does make it hard to breathe. Not gonna lie,
Mm-hmm.
it does. Yeah, when I was in
Okay.
Vegas, it was like 90 degrees. I was at this
Wow.
festival. I thought I was gonna die, and I'm pretty small
Oh,
too, so I can't imagine how like the other bigger humans were, because, whew, I was like, I
what
didn't.
body heat?
I had a panic attack. It was so hot. I had a panic attack.
Oh my gosh, I feel you. Shoot, I'm not too far off from you. My grandmother's 4'12", so I know that height very well. But me, I'm only 5'1", so
Oh
I didn't
yeah,
get that far over the hill either.
yeah. Well, you got a little bit over that. I think some people, some doctors have been like, "No, you're 5'1". I'm like, in what freaking universe, dude? Like, you're really
In my
milking that.
heels, in my
Yeah,
6 inch
I feel like I
heels.
shrink. Like, it just depends on the day, but I feel like I am like real. I'm probably 4'9" now. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Oh, I love heels though. They always add a little size on you. It's like, yeah, I can wear those long bell bottoms today.
Yes, I do have some wild heels. I've always loved
Mm.
heels.
I do
Always had some
too.
weird shoes.
Sneakers, heels, and boots is my thing,
Me
boy.
too. Combat
Mm.
boots, Converse sneakers, and then
Mm-hmm.
some weird type
Yes.
of heel. Like I have a lot of space
Mhm.
boots, like really just like really high
Yes.
boots and
Love
stuff like
those.
that.
They
Yeah,
call them
I don't.
stripper boots down here.
Yeah. I actually
They're
had
like,
stripper boots. I wore
oh,
stripper boots to prom. They lit up. They had lights in them. Yeah, I had
that's
like a little
dope.
little tutu dress with some stripper heels, and my teachers loved it. They were like, I love this look. Like I like it. I fuck with it. And I was like, okay, all right,
I went gothic as hell to my homecoming in sophomore year, and
nice,
I
nice.
wore like I wore it was crazy because it was kind of horroristic, and people like they didn't know how to take it, but it was a blood red dress, and it was kind of like a pageant dress, but it had a bunch of frills, and as the frills went down, I put like little black bows on it. So
Oh,
little
that
black
is
bows like
sick.
all around it and in my hair, and they were just looking at me like,
Oh, that is sick.
wow.
I love
But if
red,
you look
blood
back
red too. That's
now,
sick.
it's like, oh, like she was in style then. Like she had
You
her
were
own swag.
ahead of your time.
I've always been, either ahead and behind because
Old
even though
soul.
I age, I still am coming up creative like I'm young. So I
Yeah,
love that. I love that. Now go ahead and tell them what type of music you're bringing to the music shop tonight because I know they're kind of curious because
right.
you got the whole ensemble going on. So
Wouldn't
go
know.
ahead and let them know if they don't know already.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, when I was younger and used to do like hip hop competitions and stuff, when I would go on stage, they didn't know like what I was about to do at all. Like they thought, oh, she's gonna sing or like whatever. And I have had some crazy reactions. Like just because I don't seem like,
The
I
type.
would be packing like a lot of packing heat.
Yeah.
But and that's a compliment because I don't know. Like in my head I'm really not sure. I'm just making music.
Yeah, you're just
And I
having
don't
fun.
know yeah. And that's kind of to answer your question. I guess it's like it's so hard to describe. It's like everything and nothing. It is alternative hip hop. Sometimes it gets a little cute. Sometimes lately my music has been going in like a metal direction, more of like an emo rap type
Mhm.
of like hardcore. It's just it's just extreme. It's like alien hip hop. It's like hard, fast, in your face, fun. It's fun
Yeah.
fucking music. It's
Oh.
fun music. And a lot of people in Pittsburgh, I don't know. I feel like for a while I felt like an outsider because of that. I would always be like, why can't I make music like normal people? Why can't I just be normal? Why can't I make music? I
I
still
feel
say
the
that
same
every
way.
day. Why can't I make a normal song like that sounds
Yeah.
like this or sounds like that? Um, but the reception I get it has been really good and I'm glad that people love it and have a lot of fun with it. And like really, really like enjoy themselves. I'm glad. I think it'll like to compare a couple artists. Um, I mean, I've gotten like Nicki, Doja Cat, but I've also gotten like Tech Nine and like who else? Obviously, I've collaborated with Ritz, so a lot of like chopper, like fast kind of spitters.
Mhm.
But yes, so it's like hip hop, but with a twist. It goes in a few different directions, but it's cohesive, I think.
Well, I've learned like being in this business, there's a lot of people that you wouldn't expect them to be that type for things that come out their mouth. But, it kind of goes back to the old saying that don't judge a book by its cover because you never know what the content's bring.
Yes, I
And it
really
could
wish
be
more people did that.
exciting and that's what I like about your music because you can bring that. You can be carefree and light and have one song where it's poppy and all
Yeah.
like punky a little bit, like you got
Yeah.
different flings and then you got because you got Universe Calling Me, or Universe Calling, and then you got Candy Bars, which is totally
Total.
like
Total
you said,
opposite.
the aggressive hip hop. But so I like the fact that you can jump around. But I did, I mean, when I seen the video, I was just like, all right. I was like,
Aw.
okay. And then I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm feeling this. And you don't seem like that tight, but when it comes off and you do what you do, it's enjoyable and you fit in perfect.
Oh, thank you. Because I
Yes,
am
you
really a
do. You
fucking
fit.
alien. So thank you. So thank you.
It's okay, but you fit in where your spot is at, and you have to be original because that's what makes us stand out.
A lot
So
of people say that. Yeah.
be different. It's
Yeah.
okay, you know. Be different and show your weirdness because I think right
Mm-hmm.
now it's getting to a point we have so many younger people now that they know they weird too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
something to be ashamed of now.
It's
Like back in
not
the days, yeah, back in my days, weird wasn't good, people.
not
But
that long
now,
ago. Weird was,
mhm,
I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, even in, I want to say, like, weird, even like Nirvana, people like Nirvana and like
it's like
that
weird.
like, Jim Morrison, people that were strange, Andy Warhol, you know, they were ahead of their time. But like even back then, as far as like mainstream, they were very niche. They were
Yeah.
still very niche, and they probably did get made fun of a lot. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, basically, tell me I was weird because I didn't wear clothes like the rest of the people, and it's funny because like back in my times, I was
Hmm.
listening to like Crisscross. So I came to school one
Nice.
time. Yeah, I came to school one time like different colored shoes and
Oh,
some house shorts that were
parachute bands.
no, they were pants like but they came a little bit below my knees and they were half pink, I mean half purple and half teal green. And then I wore this little
Cool.
tiny top that had little rhinestones on it, and then my shoes matched, but I had two pairs of, so I flipped the shoes, and they're like looking at me like, why you doing what they be doing? I have my own style, but and I don't know, I was just like that. So I come to school in different, outfits, and they used to be like kind of side eyeing me and shit, and I used to
It
be like,
sounds
I
like
get
we had the
fucked though.
same experience. I did the same thing when I was in fifth grade, and it
Mm-hmm.
I got made fun of. But then also too, in middle school, a lot of people thought they were like, oh, this is so much fun, I love this girl. But at the same time, I got made fun of a lot too. And it sounds
Oh
like we
yeah.
had a similar experience, because I would do stuff like that too. I would always say like I dressed like a Spice Girl when I went to school, but that's because school was boring. I wanted to make it fun, and that, to me, dressing up and like that made it fun for me.
Mhm. I used to wear the little knee highs up over my knees, and then I wear these little black like a plaid skirt that had these little
Aw,
overall things on them, and everybody used to be like, "Oh my god!" And I'd be sitting in 6-inch freaking
that's so
platform
cute.
shoes, and they used to be like, "Oh my god!" Like I know I used to make people feel some type of way
I
sometimes with
did too.
outfits, but I was
So
just
crazy.
yeah, I could do it. So back in my time, now it's kind of like, you shouldn't wear that. Bad shame on
That
you. But we broke
I
the tea back then. I don't know what people's talking about
that
after my
yeah, like
generation
you
broke them, man.
that's one thing I think. Okay, like now, do you think you can wear stuff like that? And like I feel like if you are really, I feel like if you're confident, you're like, I want to wear this. This is my this is a vibe. This is
Mhm.
a morning. Hello. Like
I have a moment
you're
in
a,
my
then
life.
people like, but I know people are always like, say if you have kids or say like
That's my
whatever,
girl
they're
right now.
always like,
Boys.
oh, you can't wear like you can't dress up. And like I'm always like thinking to myself, well, there's no
You grown.
rules. Like just
Yeah.
because there's no rules, and that sucks. That kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, I think, when we're young, it's, you're going to do what you're going to do. I think that we have more right to do it once we get older, but also by then it's like, man, we should have already done all that shit. But if you haven't done it, people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, get out there, have some fun before.
Have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a little fun. I mean, there's you don't have to do it all the time, but you can have your
No.
moments where when you're going out with the girls and it's girls' night, man, you go out there and you make them sweat.
I
You
always tell
learn
people
to
that.
use your power, accordingly. It's, I should say it proper. My mom used to say there's a time and a place for everything. So there's always a time and a place to show out, and then there's times when you gotta kind of tone it down. I have two boys, and he's 11 and 15, so it's like they're at that age where I gotta kind of watch.
Yeah, because they're like, Mom, why are you doing this? Mom, why are you doing like, yeah.
Well, I think for me, being that I'm going into, I'm in my older age. I'm a 74 model. So going into my older age, I feel like with everything that's going on in the world right now, I was taught what a queen was by a queen. And I want them to be able to know what a queen is. And the only way that I can do that is by being that queen. So I've stepped up my game and I'm maturing and I'm trying to take more steps and mature and without having to floss so much. But let me tell you, girlfriend, when I got to lay down the rule and I lay down that line of fire and let them know, I still got it.
You know what?
I am going to shine on them.
Your kids, I feel like in the future are going to be like, yeah, my mom was the coolest mom in the freaking world.
I hope, because right now it's like
it's always like that. I feel like with kids.
Yeah, no, think about one's going in through 15, just hit 15. The other one just hit 11, and he thinks he grown. But they're so cute. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, let's get into some music. We got one song. I'm gonna go with Candy Bars because I'm gonna save.
Slap them first.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and like really hit them. I want to hit them with the song. Tell me about Candy Bars and how that came up.
Oh my God. Okay, I don't think I've ever told anybody this. I don't think I've ever even said, yeah, this is wild. Okay. Obviously I let unleash a lot of my anger out on a track because for the most part I'm pretty chill and easygoing, but I can like in my creative space, I can be I don't even know what I would. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And
it's okay. It's okay.
For sure. No,
it's all dark and light,
Yeah, it's for a creative.
I don't know how to use it accordingly.
Yeah, for a creative way. Like, it's and so I think initially I just started I get sent a lot of beats. Like a lot, thank God. And a lot of the producers that find me are like really, they like are from other countries. They do like UK or Russian, like dark trap or trap and drill, or they just have very unique beats. Right. And shout out to all those producers that send me beats. God bless you. But yeah, I found one. And I'm a huge fan of this podcast called the H3 podcast. Okay. Which is like, that's probably, I don't know if me saying that makes me a nerd, whatever. It doesn't matter. I love Ethan Klein is the adorable, the best. I love that podcast. It's like the Howard Stern show to me. And at the time, this podcast was dueling with this like evil, crazy producer named Ryan Kavanaugh. Okay. This is getting deep right now. Okay. And if anybody in here even knows what I'm talking about, they probably are going to lose their shit, but I doubt it because it's very niche. But they were beefing with this guy, Ryan Kavanaugh, relentless. Okay, this guy, and he has all these variety articles about him. Like if you want to Google Ryan Kavanaugh and find out who he is, the chorus of that song, I wanted to make it subtle so that you couldn't tell what I was hearing. I put like a certain filter on it, but it was said in like this metal type of like hype tone. And I'm kind of like dissing him and his app Triller, which is flipped, by the way, his app Triller. So that's the story. But the rest of the song, in the verses, I'm actually talking shit about the doctor that caused me to get the disease that I have. So it's about two powerful men that use their power for evil and don't take accountability and have a huge ego and just are like just really bad people. It's about two like just powerful men doing that shit.
Narcissists is what I call them.
Yeah, I don't use that term like loosely, but yeah.
I don't either. Possibly. You really gotta earn it with me.
Yeah.
Because there's just assholes and then there's narcissists.
Yes. Yeah. And they'll do damage to people. They will mentally. You got to be careful.
That's what it is there. Yeah.
And physically, it turns out, so.
Girl, you ain't lying.
So that is what Candy Bars is about. And if anybody hears this and knows what the fuck I'm talking about, like, please say hello. Please tell me what's up. Thank you.
Well, we definitely have one comment in the house tonight. We have Jet James. He said, it's showtime. Peace, Miss Music, and Lexa Terrestrial.
Beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Shouts
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this track. Everybody, y'all need to make sure you get over there. Add Lexa Terrestrial. Find her on YouTube. Get it in now. Get her likes up. Show her some support. We about to turn it up right now. Yeah, we about to turn it up right now with Candy Bars. So y'all check it out. 91.3 Love. Prepare. Just go ahead. Tell them, girl. Go ahead.
Prepare and beware.
Beware. You heard it, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get it. 91.3 The Plug, the Music Shop with Miss Music, and HHQ TV2. Let's get it.
But all I should spaghetti. Honey, got a body, gotta keep it together. You hot, don't go get evil thoughts. Don't try to fuck up the party, summon the devil. I gotta keep it together. They're in a bum on my level, that I'm pushing the pedal. We're running away from the deal, I'm making it settle. Ain't no appeal, no one till he dead in a jail. So gonna get going, gotta spit, fluent like a bitch. Oh, want me a tip for it. Send him a tumor, you know, but swinging it while I'm sick. Hit him at express, but I'm gonna do shit. I put my whole life for this. Just you can spite me, bitch, I'm gonna fight this shit. And I Semitic, you fucking pathetic. But I ain't even been to Palestine yet, I'm like 10%. 6 pants if you kiss me, but you got strapped. I make your dick bleed like brick cheese. Shreds your help, please open them, scream please. I admit I'm cold, I'm a bit mean, but if the chip's free, I'm a big 3-bed. If I had a voice and if I weren't sick, I spit, make a tick-tock, chock, tick. CD press, I'm seeing flesh rot without a desk job, that's a death plot. The quest stops when my chest stops, so when the sex stop, when the text stop, I got a fresh plot. I ain't the one you wanna piss off, I got a crop top, a decent cock and a chop it off. I got some dark thoughts, like a guy picking out the topic of the barrage.
I don't care about what you say. You bring some baby down and drop it down. I'm a swagger, the loop, we can think about it. I'm a TikTok, I take it down. You know if you're gon' rush about it, fuck you really run it down. Life's a game, but I ain't staying play Monopoly. Life's a game, but I ain't staying play Monopoly. I got my own money, I got my own money. I keep my eyes open, I should be about it.
In the bitch and a bit of big complex with the drip rose petals in my crib coffin. I'm dead walking, I'm bidding at the auction. Even up, I'm a hippie, I don't bid it with the pompous. But up to the roll like a wear costume. Never did Molly, but they think I'm on it. Then should've flipped if I'm a bit honest. Should've signed me, but I'm still in the pocket. Swinging a mission, knocking. You're not gonna get away with this, it's sloppy and cocky. The cops come knocking, the box moved off it. On a total hope like a whole push pop. Fucking your groove, I don't stay honest. Sucking like a weight Robson, boom bopping all over the place, all over your face. And say bye, yeah, and I'm off it, bitch. Ship sync, ice, lip sync, why, I'm like Doja Cat, but my cloud sharp as knives. What it won't say yet, but I play why I let I play dead, just to go bye, and it be gas, but I'm like but the wrong verse right. Just because he clean doesn't mean that he nice. Only 13 with the beans and the rice. No, I won't meet with the price. Feel like the queen of the ice. You gotta fix me, I ain't paying no price. Even though I got candy bars. Lil Ray, me, get it right, bitch.
Think about it. I don't care about what you say. Hit the best and think about it. Drop it down. I swear that the little bit can think about it. I just got to take it down. You know, flip and rush about it. What you really want to do? Life's a game, but I ain't staying plain or not. Life's a game, but I ain't staying plain or not. I got my own money. I got my own money. I keep my eyes open when she thinks not.
That's what I'm talking about. Boy.
It's a different track. See, actually watching that, I cringe. I'm like, oh man, this song sucks. I could do so much better. Like I've obviously since thank you. I mean, it's new to a lot of people. Obviously, since then, I've made so much more newer music, better music. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm just like
we all gotta learn.
Always like critiquing. But that video, I strobe warning. I apologize. Strobe warning.
Shout out to it.
Good. I hope. Yeah, but like yeah, damn it, strobe warning. Shout out to Jordan and Will though, because they did a really good job on that. Jordan Beckham and William Walker.
Salute Kings. Good job. I love it because, you know, just when I seen the Universe Calling, and then when I seen some of your other videos and listens to some of your MP3 flows that you had on there.
Old stuff out there. Old.
But I love it. And it's crazy because there's just some people that fit in. Like, they don't really have to try. They just fit in. And when I hear you, it's like, it screams star.
Aww,
So
thank you.
I would not be surprised if, like, you blew the fuck up because you are definitely fuck competition for these bitches out here.
I would. Honestly, I would. I'd be surprised. People have said that a lot. People do say that a lot. But I swear, I don't, like, it's a game. Like, I don't know. It's like,
you could even write for people. Like
I've done that before. I would love to
see
do
you
that
songwriting. I see you making money songwriting. It seems like something you would definitely be good for behind the scenes for some of the artists that are out there, you know.
Oh yeah, I would love that. I would love that. I did songwrite. I actually had a song that I wrote for somebody else that was in a Netflix show, a couple actually. So if any, but it's so niche. It's hard to get into that. Like, it's hard to get into. Like, same with voice acting. I would love to voice act. I'd love to film score.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely should.
I would love to do like a cartoon. Like, I would love it.
Yeah, that you would be a really cool voice actor for sure. Aww. And like even film score, like producing like for movies, TV shows, and songwriting. I would love to do that more. It's very niche, very hard to get into, but I have definitely song wrote for a lot of people. And now I'm just like, I have maybe like 70 tracks I haven't even released yet, but I'm getting ready to drop them. And I perform them at my live shows, obviously, and people really like them. And I'm like, oh, come on, I want to release it already. But there's like, we're backed up. Like, we got all these like plans. We're rolling them out, but we have to like be meticulous with it. But yeah, I don't know. I'd be surprised. I feel like I hate to think this, but I feel like life's always like throwing me unique and interesting curveballs, you know? Like, it's a game almost, like this evil entity is out for me. I don't like that.
I know that all too well. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
All too well.
Yeah,
I can hide from the world, and the shit will literally knock on the fucking door like, or yeah, bitch, you're missing here. We're trying to fuck you over already.
Oh my god. Well, actually speaking, the room I'm in right now is the room that everybody saw that ghost in, or that I've seen shadow figures in this room, which I've never seen before. I don't even know if I believe in that, but I have seen shit in here. I've heard noises. Yes.
Yeah, you're sensitive.
I'm in the room. I think yes, but I also don't care. And I think the ghost knows not to fuck with me. Like, I think the ghost is like, look, we're not gonna fuck with her. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely no.
yeah.
No, we're
Let
not.
her go.
Good.
Next one. Now,
Fuck around and find out.
I'll tell you, yeah, I've been, the first thing I ever seen that wasn't alive and that was in spirit form was my grandma, my great grandmother, God bless her soul. When she passed away, they did not tell me that she passed away. They told me she was in the hospital, and I happened to see her, and she's like, "Come here and see me Silent Night one last time," and I'm like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "That ain't my grandma." And she's like, "Yeah, I just passed away," and I'm like, "Huh?" And I just like left it, and I went upstairs and started crying, like, what happened to my grandmother? Because I just seen her ass in the garage, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just seen my grandmother in the garage." She said
Yeah,
she's
what
dead. They're like,
did that feel like? I'm so curious. What did that feel?
well, when I seen it, when I first seen it, I didn't see her. It was more like white. It was ectomist. And it got real cold
Okay.
in there. It was ectomist, but her voice wasn't like you would hear, an audio, like EVP or something. It didn't come in like that. It came in mentally, like telepathically. She spoke
Yeah.
to me in spirit, and I was just like, oh, shit. And I'm like, I didn't think it was her because I had never experienced anything like that before. So I
Yeah.
knew something. I went to Catholic school, so I knew something. I thought something was screwing with me. And then when I went up and they told me, yeah, we're sorry, we didn't tell you, but yeah, she did pass away. I was just like,
Wow. Wow.
you know what I mean? That was my first experience. My kids all have the same gift, and they usually experience it at 5 years old. But they see really. I feel bad because my daughter told me yesterday or the day before. She said, "Mommy," she's like, "I got tortured like my whole life. I would see such horrible stuff." And and
That's
her
like
and
something. Wow.
yeah, her and my last child, my first and my last, both. Now my second one, he does see things, but he doesn't see like the really crazy stuff. He sees more of the shadows and stuff like that. But I'll tell you something that relates onto your name. I'll tell you a little story real quick. I
Oh, nice.
was on a paranormal research team for 7 years, and
What? Oh, wow. That's
yes,
interesting.
I
Okay.
moved from here to Tennessee because my mom had moved up there. I'm from Tampa, Florida, born and raised. And my mother had decided she fell in love with this place and moved away. Well, she had cancer. And I was really worried about spending time with her, my kids spending time with her. So I said, fuck it. I don't got nothing going on down here. I've been here forever. I need to try something new. I'm going to try the country. So I moved out there and got me a house and everything and started living. And I had some friends that I would always go and hang out with. They were from Detroit. They were cool. They rode hard, put up wet white people. They were cooler than a bitch, country as hell, and redneck as hell. But I was over at their house and they used to have a lot of encounters. And they're like, hey, Miss Music, we know you be doing this type of stuff. Could you kind of investigate a little bit? And I'm like, yeah. So when I would go over there, I would be with the kids and they would tell me their stories and stuff. And it was crazy, to know that they do see the same things that my kid sees, and has seen, and it was kind of crazy because they have a little bit more of an interaction with these entities than we do. But one night,
Yeah.
um, the older brother, he doesn't really get into the ghosting. He's not really that type of person. He knows it goes on, but he tries to ignore it. But one night,
Mm-hmm.
he was sleeping, and they live in a trailer, and they would burn wood out the furnace, and sometimes the smoke or the heat would back up in the house, so they would open the doors to let it vent, right, or the windows, and it would get so cookie in there. You'd be cooking in that damn little trailer. He would
Oh,
open the
wow.
door.
Imagine.
Yeah, so he would open the door to let it vent. He was sleeping on the couch, and something kept coming up and slamming the door. And he's like, he calls me. He's like, yo, man, like I can't fucking sleep. Every time I open the door, it comes and slams the door. And I'm like, what do you mean? It comes and slams the door. He's like, a fucking ghost. And I'm like, well, just record it, right?
Wow.
And he's like, okay. So he goes and he records it. And the next day, he's like, hey, I'm going to send you a video. And at that time, internet was, it'd been around probably like around about 10 years, but it's still pretty new. where you had to pay
Yeah.
a lot of the programs like Adobe Photo Deluxe and stuff like that. Well, the video, you in order to download the video, you had to pay for the subscription. At that time, like my money was going out
Mm.
the doors. I couldn't even get to the point where I could get a hold of it. And then I asked him if he could resend it when he could, and he just got to the point where he didn't want nothing to do with it. But he didn't even look at the video. So he sends me the video, and I'm sitting in my house, and I'm watching this video, and
Oh, I'd be
I
so
see,
freaked out.
girl, let me tell you, it's totally changed my mind about a lot of shit that I see. Because paranormal research, I've seen a lot of shit, right? I've seen the
Yeah.
shadows, I've seen all that stuff, but this really changed my perspective on a lot of shit. Sometimes I might see, and make you wonder now. But
Mm.
I go to look at this video and I see this black thing, and it comes out from the hallway and it flies in front of the kitchen. There's this big, huge aquarium. I mean, it's like about to be like a 500-gallon aquarium, and it's all black. And it comes out, it's no
Mhm.
higher than the damn doorknob of the house, and it comes through, and it comes around, and it comes over, and it flies, and all of a sudden you just see the door slam. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. Like he got it on tape. And I'm like
Oh
looking at it, I'm
my
like, that's
God.
like a little, I was like, damn, is it a little kid? You know?
Oh my God. Yeah, that's that
All of a
it.
sudden, all of a sudden the thing turns and it starts to walk and it starts to go closer, right? And as it's coming up to the screen like this, I'm looking at this thing and I'm getting closer as it's coming to the screen. And as it gets closer, the illumination of the lighting like starts to light up its face,
You could
and
see its face.
you could
And
start to see the chin. It had beautiful fucking perfect lips. I was like, wow, is this like a little
Angelina Jolie
girl?
ghost.
I got up to the nose. I have perfect little nose. And all of a sudden it leans in and you see the eyes, and all of a sudden it was big, huge black eyeballs. I said, oh shit.
It's an
I jumped
alien.
back. I was like, it's a fucking alien.
That's an
I
alien.
jumped back.
Oh, that's an
I
alien for
jumped
sure.
back, and when I jumped back, it jumped back. It
But
was crazy because
oh my
it had like these
God.
little tentacles, and the little tentacles like went over, went like this, like they're all just kind of like this, and then just went all pitch black, and it just said, "Phoom." And I was like, holy shit. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. And I was like, man, that makes me look at
No.
like black shadows a whole different way now. Because if it's really fucking tall or really short, because I went and I got online looking for what I had seen. And you know what I came
Yeah,
across?
that is what
Zeta
what?
reticuli. It was a Zeta reticuli. Look exactly like a Zeta reticuli.
I want to
I
look
was
this up
like,
right now.
holy shit. It's a small version
Although
of a
I'm
gray.
you know what? The E key on my
They're-
keyboard is
They're
broke.
aggressive,
Damn
they're
it.
workers. And then I'm trying to think, well, what the hell would he be
Oh.
doing in the damn, like in this country? But then I know something.
Pro-
There's been a UFO crash that happened around there back in, I think, the 70s or 60s or 50s, something like that. And they took it away. And I know that for a fact. And
God.
when my friend, he is on the team too, he did 911 dispatch, and they followed a damn UFO. He said it looked like an upside down bowl on fire. And I was on the phone as they freaking watched it go from county to county, and they had to stop because eventually it left their jurisdiction. And out there in the country, they don't play that shit, bro.
Oh,
When you get to
God.
another
Okay, yeah.
district, oh
You
no,
can't go.
another county,
Yeah.
you better turn your ass around. If they want to follow
Yep.
it, they follow it. If they don't, they can drop
Yeah,
it. And let
no,
me tell
I
you
do.
something.
Oh,
They'll
I
call a
love, I
hush
love,
hush real
I
quick.
like, and I love this role. I love that role. Oh, I do, because what when I'm driving,
hmm
I'll just like be real sneaky and go through back roads and like try go on the highway. Then they're, oh, sorry, see you later, bye.
But I tell you, it really opened my eyes because it was like, damn.
Yeah.
When they say they're among us, like, bitch, they've been here. Like,
Well, I mean, hey,
they
I
could
am in here. Hello,
where
hi.
you think it's a damn, ghost, but it's not. Where you think it was a ghost, it's really entities that, like, that is something there.
Oh,
It's
oh,
just you
oh.
don't see it. It's camouflage. So I was just like, wow, and I have to say, it really kind of opened my mind because I didn't expect that, but we get
Oh my
information in
God.
this world for whatever reason we do. Girl, I'll tell you some of the stuff in Tennessee will have you like, what the hell?
Wow. Based on what you were describing, it does look like it.
It looks like a gray, but like a miniature gray. as if it was like
Yeah,
the Greys mini me.
the tall aliens, you got to watch out for the tall ones. They're evil. They're lizard people. Like they're the bad
I heard
aliens. They're
that.
the ones we don't like. They're if they're super tall, I
Mm.
mean, they won't do any like they're chill, but fuck around and find out those tall aliens.
That's what I think that Zeta Reticuli are. They're workers, but they're
Hmm.
aggressive. Like they're aggressive. Like they're no different from the Greys. You said they're evil. Well, these are evil and aggressive. And
See,
they don't play.
grays are like very cute. Like grays are very loving. They're very sensitive. They can sense people. They can actually like read people very well. They're sensitive. They're chill, but I mean, they obviously can go off because they have a very, very like protective instinct. Like maybe almost like a cat. Like very protect. Like if you want, they can flip in a second. But they are very, very sweet and chill and helpful. They heal people. They're very sensitive to people's emotions and the things that are going on in the world. They're helpers. Um, so that's kind of like what the Greys are like. You know, they're like little friends. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely different perspective. I mean, kind of opened my eyes to something. I was like, okay, you
I
know,
would
I
imagine. Yeah.
know, I know, I know, life exists out there. We're not the only ones. Come on, we're fucking idiots to think we are. But I think it's just a realization of finally seeing something. You're like, oh shit, like it's this is really happening.
You
Like,
like you never thought that you would
like
see something.
not me, no, no.
Yeah, me
I mean,
neither.
I see the shit that I
Mm-mm.
see. I didn't think it was gonna go beyond that. Goddamn it. Anyways,
I always try to explain it away. Always am like, I'm a very logical person. So I always am like, well, yeah, it could be, but it's probably this. I
until
always
I
try to,
see it, yeah, I don't believe until I see it with my own damn eyes. And once you damn see it, you cannot undo that motherfucker. I'll tell you
oh
that
my
much. You
God.
can't. You can't. You just can't
No,
change that.
I know. That's,
Now,
I mean, that's what happened to me.
tell me something. I know that you wanted to talk about an awareness to health issues. I want to
Yeah.
go ahead and let you do that while I have you on
Aw,
before we get into another track. Because
thank you,
I,
Miss
I think that,
Lisa.
yeah, I think the universe calling would be a great track to follow after you go ahead and give
I
your awareness on it.
agree.
'Cause we definitely want to spread awareness to things out there. Go ahead, Mama.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm having so much fun. I almost forgot, but yeah, I struggle with this really awful breathing condition. It's so complicated. Like, but
Mhm.
I see so many people getting it. It's called ENS. And I call it ENS. It stands for empty nose syndrome, which doesn't sound very harmless. Like it sounds harmless. Empty nose syndrome. It's it's devastating. It's like a killer illness. So essentially, it happens because of a malpractice incident. If a doctor aggressively like destroys your sinuses or does something to your sinuses, um, it essentially affects your ability to feel air
Mm.
properly going through your nose. So every time you take a breath, it feels like you're suffocating.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
feels like you didn't take a breath. Now, when I first got this, because I had a septorhinoplasty, and I had no idea what that the doctor was going to do. All of these crazy things that he did. I thought it was just going to be a simple, like, not that crazy of a thing, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it would help, but he really, really went in, and he so aggressively out fractured my turbinates, which are your sinuses.
Mm.
So if anybody has sinus issues and you're going to an ENT and they recommend sinus surgery, piss on their foot and leave. Swear to God, just
Mm.
get out of there. Because they don't tell you about this. They don't tell you, like, I didn't know anything about this shit, like, at all.
Oh, I broke my nose. I got a deviated septum and I ain't had it fixed either.
I
That's
wouldn't
why like
because
one side of my face
yeah,
looked one
right?
way and it looked a whole nother person on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, like it's because half the time when they fix a deviated septum, they could just leave it at that and people would be okay. But
Mhm.
they don't. They fix the deviated septum, then they go in and they got to fuck around with the sinuses because they want that extra insurance money. I know what you're doing, doctors. We all know. We see you. So all
Mhm.
it's devastating. People have taken their own lives because they literally just feel like they're suffocating all day, and like
Yeah,
it
it's
destroys
horrible.
people's lives totally. And um I figured out that I had it without knowing what he did to me.
Mm.
I was like, look, I'm having these symptoms and it seems like it's ENS. Did you do something to my turbinates? And he played around and he tried to like drag his feet, but he eventually came out and said, yeah, I did. And he finally gave me the medical records. I went to court. Nobody wanted to help. Like, it's very hard to take a doctor to court. You sign that dotted line. That's pretty much like
Mm-hmm.
and there's an insurance cap. There's like a period of litigation. Is a whole mess.
Arbitration.
This
Yeah.
thing flipped my life upside down. I thought that I was not only going to never be able to live a normal life again, but not be able to make music. That would have killed me.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
in the summer of 2019, I actually did attempt to take my own life because of it. It was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting a bunch of treatment that was really expensive in Ohio, Dr. Doss. Um, and I ended up finding unique ways of treating myself, and it did get a little bit better. I still do deal with it a lot, daily. It's a thing. It affects me, my body. It affects my jaw, my throat, my face, my back. It affects. It's become an autoimmune condition, right? It affects people's sleep. It has torn people's lives apart. So I just want to say, if you're out there and even if you're a girl and you're like, oh, I want to go get my nose done. I want to get plastic surgery. I want to look pretty. Don't fucking do it. Don't. It's not worth it because these doctors, one, it's expensive. It's not necessary. I mean, I could see if somebody has a breathing condition, they really do like need, like they really do and they're prepared. But like, man, I'm telling you, these doctors really look at, they look at this as products, and they just are not, they don't value life as much as I think they should. And then they kind of just kick you to the side. And if you're having an issue, my doctor didn't want to deal with it. It was very negligent. And I couldn't believe this fucking happened. And still to this day, I have a lot of health issues because of this. And yeah, I mean, people don't think I look sick. I think I look sick, like at least compared to how I used to look. But that's why I wear the mask, is because I have to wear little breathing devices under so that I can breathe to perform. All day I have to walk around with these motherfucking breathing devices looking crazy. But you know what? Like it's
you make it work.
Breathing is nasal breathing. Like it's important, and it's an important and I think we're finding out, and I'm seeing new people every day that end up sadly with this condition because they don't know how important your sinuses are, and they're damaging. Doctors are malpractice is it's the third, I think it's up there, leading cause of death in the US. And there's nothing you can do about it. And I just really want to warn people, especially girls, if you are looking to get plastic surgery, please be hesitant. Like, you don't need it, right? You just don't. It's not like necessary. But I mean, if you're going to do it anyway, please be very, very careful and like keep this in mind, And yeah, because there's new people every day that are getting diagnosed with this disease, and it's crazy. Yeah,
It's crazy. Well, I've been through a lot of things. My mom was the first cure case of multiple myeloma, and I think in the United States or around the world, something like that. I can't remember.
Wow.
Something big.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cancer.
And yeah, cancer, unfortunately. It was bone marrow cancer, multiple myeloma. So and then my son, he has let me think, it's called polycystic astrocytoma cancer, which is tumors of the brain and the spine, and they're canceristic. Unfortunately, his father, he has some type of stomach cancer right now. So I don't know if I think he had it when I may have gotten pregnant and we didn't know. I don't know if it came from. I don't know. I know that it affects
hereditary.
It affects 201 in every 200,000 kids. So yeah, and then I grew up with autoimmune disorders, so I can't be around anybody else. I get sick, and
me too. Me too. I hate it.
Too hot, my lungs pop. Like I don't
hate
know.
it.
I got birth defects on the right side of my lungs, so
Oh,
I've had 3 collapsed lungs already. So yeah,
how does
like
that happen?
one time I just went to lay down and go to sleep and it pops.
Oh, weird.
They don't know why. My doctor seems to think it's a birth defect. I mean, I
Yeah.
only I'm only have like I'm missing part of my leg, so and that was a birth defect. That was a lithotomide baby. A lithotomide baby,
Oh my
that's what they call it,
goodness.
lithotomide baby. And so yeah, so I lost that, but he says that he don't find it on the other side,
Wow.
so he thinks it may be a birth defect that went along with the drug, the lithiumide that my mom had took when she was pregnant with me, which
I heard about that.
they told everybody, oh, this is okay, pregnant women. And all these kids started coming out deformed. Yeah, well, I was fucking one of them.
That's our healthcare system for you. But this is a lot. You have really overcome, and your family. You have
Yeah,
really
I was the
overcome a
first
lot. I
child.
would have never known. I know people say that to me a lot, but I would have never known. You're very strong,
Yeah, I'm the
and you have
youngest
a
child.
story. So tell it, because there's probably other people out there that have this very rare condition that are like, okay, well, this gives me hope because they're alive and they're doing okay.
Mhm.
I'll
I
be
was
okay.
I was the youngest child to walk on artificial limb. Period. Like I was the youngest child out there to
Wow.
work. I had a artificial leg at 6 months old. Well, eight
That's
months old.
that's so
Yep.
honestly,
Yep.
that's really cool. Like I know that's
Six
very
months I
cool.
walked at 8 months. Yeah, 6 months I got one. 6 months old and walked at eight, and I still got my first leg, which I have in my room. So I keep it
That's
just to
so
remind myself
cool.
how far that I've
Yeah.
come.
That's so cool. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Like, oh, do they adjust it as you grow? I guess I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah.
Yeah.
They change it every couple of years. I can get one like every year, but I usually like take like 5 years before I get another one. I'm really lucky.
Yeah. That's so
You
cool.
know, the
Oh my
process, it
goodness.
takes such a long process to get it. It's like, man, I ain't ready to give it up yet.
Yeah.
Like you break
I
it
can
in and it's
imagine.
just like, man, I don't want to go through another one.
It's probably better to that you do wait as long as you do, because
But
what?
I don't
Yeah.
hide it from nobody. I put it out there like on Instagram when I was doing my recent new leg. I have posted up on Instagram like to follow me and they're like, oh my God, that shit
I'm gonna
looks
have to
real.
make sure. Yeah, I'm really gonna. That's actually that's really cool. And you know what? Did anything ever come of the fact that like any type of legal thing because of that? Because they're always like, oh, it's so hard to prove. It's so hard to prove. They like, you
No,
know.
the only thing that they did was, take care of my issues with my leg. But other than that, they didn't offer any type of like health compensation. From what I heard by the time that it got to where I was even brought up in the case, they were already bankrupt. And the only thing that I got
Yeah.
to decide was I was the one that decided whether or not it was going to stay on the market or be taken off the market. And that's what the courts asked me. And I told the courts that I didn't want anybody out there to have to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
For what short life at that point that I had. And so I told them that I wanted it off the market. So no, I didn't get any type of compensation, but I did say I want it
You made
off
an
the
impact.
market, and it got taken off the market until probably like I don't know, the last maybe the decade or something ago, because they started finding out that it does work. Well, my mother was crazy is because the same drug that took my leg was the same drug that cured my mother's cancer. So
Hmm.
if that's not ironic enough, I don't know what it is. But like I told my mother, she's like, "Oh my God,
Wow.
they have this new cancer treatment." My Mayo Clinic doctor, his
Hmm.
name is Dr. Fromke. He's like, he wants me to take this medicine, but I'm really scared because it's the same type of medicine that I took that took away your leg. And I said, "Well, damn it, Mama, if it can give you your damn life back, just go ahead and take
Just
it."
try
And
it. Yeah. That's kind of wild. It's kind of like
first cure
a
case.
catch 22. Like
Yep.
it help. I get it. That is. I've been in that position. It feels like you're on a bridge and you don't know which direction to go
Mhm.
in. Uh, that's a very inspiring
I know, like,
story.
right? I know, because it's crazy. Because it's like her initial
Wow.
idea was not to take it because it screwed up my leg.
Yeah.
But
I would have
the
been
doctor
fairly hesitant.
swore that this is probably the best thing if you want to fight this.
Yeah.
and she was cured. But what's sad
That's
is
good.
shortly after she got cured, his wife, who never smoked, I don't think I think she smoked when she was younger, but she hadn't smoked in like I don't know 20 years. But all of a sudden, she came down with cancer and died, and he ended up going out of business. And I was just like,
That
wow.
doctor.
Yeah, so it was crazy, but you know,
The Mayo Clinic is
things
good though.
things work. Well, he had his own practice. He had come from the Mayo Clinic,
Oh, okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
it kind of sucks because knowing the fact that he did that from my mother, it sucks that he had to shut down his practice, even though his wife passed away. But some of us cannot. We can't. We deal with grief in different ways. And it's just that I think that
Mhm.
he had a magic that he could have possibly shared with other people, and it kind of sucks that his wife
That
had to die
happened.
and he had stopped because there's so many other people he could have helped. So it's kind of
Hmm.
sad. And then my mom was like, what do I
Wow.
do now? What about my cancer? And she kind of felt bad for her too, because it's like, what if it were to ever come back? And
Who am
he's
I gonna go to now?
yeah, so it's a crazy situation, but I do see how there's people in our lives that play certain special parts. And we
Mhm.
all learn from each other, we grow from each other, or we can be hindered, from each other. It all depends on who we have around. But this next
Yes.
song, girl, I'm gonna get into a song real quick before we go into some more chatting. This song right here is just what sealed it for me, y'all. When I seen this video of Lexa Terrestrial and the Universe is Calling, I was like, God, y'all, I got to get this girl on show because she is so
Thank you.
dope.
Thank you. Thank you,
Love
Mama.
it. You're welcome, my queen. You deserve it. Salute to you.
Oh,
You know what? I give you your roses right now. You might want to go ahead and grab those things. Grab them,
thank you.
grab them.
Thank
And
you.
yes, oh
Mama,
my gosh. Y'all, you got to go on
like
YouTube,
say that.
man. Look her up. Yo,
I
being
po-
her,
I
Google her.
I post a lot of like shorts of little previews of music I'm working on. The last song I released, it's a screamo track. Check it out.
Mm,
It's wild, but this one is super
I got
cute.
that one. Is it
Oh,
with
hell yeah.
is it you your friend? No, it's nonsense, right?
Nope. Yeah,
I got
it's
it.
with me
I
and
got
Government.
it.
Oh
Oh
hell yeah.
yeah,
It's
I
when
got
I did
it.
that in the studio, they were like, what the fuck just happened? So yeah.
Yeah, I got that
I'm
thing. I'm
glad you
gonna
like
play that.
Universe Calling though. Like I said, I have a relationship with my music where I'm like, I hate it. What the fuck? This is so cringe. Oh no, this is what was I thinking? I love it. No, this sucks. What the fuck? Like I'm yeah, I'm on a roller coaster of self doubt a
Yeah,
lot.
it's
But
so
yeah, let's watch
cute.
it.
Oh, well, we got Jet James. He's showing up here. He's giving us love. These are roses
Thank
for you
you.
both. And he said, "I agree, Miss Music. She's a star."
Oh,
I'm
thank
telling
you.
you, man.
Thank you.
I
They
seen that.
that is very kind. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, let's go ahead real quick. Go ahead and give out your social media links so they can find you before we go into the next track, because that way we
Yes.
play the track and they can get on the other little
And
thingy.
I got to make sure I'm following you too. I got your
Okay.
YouTube, your Facebook, everything but
All right.
Instagram. Got to make sure I'm following you. But if you
Miss
guys
Music Diva, same as my
Miss
YouTube.
Music Diva. Okay.
Yeah. That makes it
So,
easier for people to find me.
okay, perfect.
Okay.
So, if you want to find me anywhere, any galaxy, Lexa Terrestrial. Just all you got to do is search Lexa Terrestrial. Lexa Terrestrial, like an alien everywhere. I am even on the moon, surprisingly. Even on the moon. I sent some art to the moon. But yeah, any platform, Spotify, especially, definitely check out my stuff on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere. Even TikTok, although TikTok is a little. I'm not on there as much, but you can find me anywhere. Come say hello.
Let's get it, y'all. This is The
Let's get
Universe is
it.
Calling. Man, I love this song. 91.3 The Plug, Miss Music in the Music Shop. HHQ TV2 on Amazon Fire TV. Download it now. Let's get it.
Ring, ring, the universe is calling me. I'm always on a silent ring.
That's right. Lexa Terrestrial. 91.3 The Plug. The music shop with Miss Music, boy. HHQ TV too. She is just. Oof, she is a star. She is a star. That's right.
I was like, oh my god, I'm like a 12-year-old in that video. I cringe. I cringe. I
I
cringe.
love it. It gives me goosebumps. And I was telling Physics when he
Thank
was on,
you.
like, certain people, y'all come on, man. My hairs be standing up. Like,
Aw, yeah,
I
certain music
love
does that to
it.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it does to me. But I love it
Told
too
you it's
because right
really
at the
good.
end, y'all, tell me she did not look like Ariana Grande at the end there.
It's that
It
ponytail.
was so cute. I
Aw,
was like,
thank you. I
oh, you
think
look
she's
so
Italian. I'm
beautiful.
Italian, so that might make sense.
I got some in me, girl.
Yeah,
I cannot
that
walk
might be
past
fun.
garlic bread
But
for
yeah, no,
nothing.
I'm so corny in that video. I'm just like, but it's kind of meant to be like super cute and like cheap. But I'm just like, oh my
I
fucking god,
love it.
I'm glad. Yeah,
It's poppy. It's spacey. It's
yeah.
new. It's technical. It's got a little nerd to it, but
Hmm.
it's sexy. And I love it because it gives you a chance to be like it take you back to the old days a little bit because of the way
Yeah,
your hair was and your outfits. So you kind of took me different places. I mean, one
yeah.
minute I'm in the 70s, and the next minute I'm in the freaking future. And I like,
We're time traveling. Yeah.
yes, I like it when people can like you said, the roller coaster. I like that, your highs and your lows, and I love all that. So,
You seem to
oh,
know, like you got good taste. So I appreciate that. When people say, "Oh, I like that," I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, just maybe because I'm so used to it in my head, and I'm just like, "Oh my god." But I'm excited for you to hear the new stuff I'm working on. Some like if you liked
yes,
that, you'll definitely like. There's a couple
I
tracks I've been
love
doing
it.
with this. He does like cute, spacey hip hop kind of beats. His
Yeah.
name's Tyler. Yeah, like you'll like a couple of the new tracks I'm working on. Then
Oh yeah, and
a lot better.
you sent me nonsense, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna surprise her with
That's hard
it.
work. Yeah.
Yes, and I like it because y'all both got like this different swag from normal, and I
Mhm.
like how y'all blended together. And you know what's great? I think sometimes about the collabs is it challenges you. And when you're on
Yep.
two different wavelengths, but you can still come in with the same frequency.
Yep. I like to learn from that person and add it to my thing. Yeah, that's why I'm definitely in more of a collaborative spirit because, it helps me grow. Like, I don't always get a chance to, but that kind of just happened on a whim. I went to listen to some beats and boom, like, next thing I know, boom, bang, bang. Like,
Hit you.
yeah,
Hmm.
it took us like an hour. Like, I'm usually take my time in the studio and with songs, but it was just like boom, bang, bang. I'm like, okay.
Hmm. Sometimes that
Yeah.
happens. Like I don't like. I'm more hip hop and like R&B and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter. Like if a song is even something I'm not really kind of interested in, like country music. If
Mhm.
somebody's really good and their song's just so good that it grabs me to want to sing it, and
Yes.
makes me a fan when I'm not necessarily a fan, like Six Below. Oh my God. Like I heard one of his songs and I was like, yo, I don't
Oh,
even like
okay.
country, but like
Damn.
I like some rock as long as it's not country, but he had this song that if I would have walked into a bar back in where the frick I was at in Tennessee, that's the shit that would have been playing. And
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, like it sounds like this is one of the joints, hot joints they be playing in their damn country ass bar when I walk in because they
It
play all
brings
the
you
hot
to
joints.
it brings you to a memory. I think like music kind of puts you in a state or a memory. It's almost nostalgic.
Mhm. Yeah. I like though how I finally came across an artist that could hit my people's up in Tennessee and be like, because they don't listen to the hip hop. So I can actually hit
Huh.
him up and be like, hey, watch the interview and watch this new guy. He's cool with country music and stuff like that. Check him out. So it's cool that I finally have somebody to come at them with. And then he's
Yeah.
banging, like I said. And when I came with it, I came with it. But I think it's cool though when artists can, like I said, actually make us become fans of music that we're not necessarily pulled
Mhm.
towards, but yet they do it in such a way that it pulls us in. I like that. And me, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. I think that it has to click radio in my head or a music video, but I can hear it. Now I can't always hear it in my songs. Sometimes I'll hear it and then I'm like you, I'll start to be like, oh, that shit's corny now, you know? And I don't know, but when it's other people's music, I can tell like right off the bat. But my
Yeah.
music, I'll be sitting there like scratching my head like I don't know, George, I don't know. I have no
I
fucking
think
clue. Do you like
every
it?
artists are so self-critical.
Mhm.
Yeah, like looking back, because I was really, really young when I first started making music, and everybody
Mhm.
thought it was so good back then. And looking back, I'm like, what the fuck is it? But you know what though? Times are different. Like that song will be good
Mhm.
for like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah.
styles, things change. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
And like I said, weird is in now. So y'all don't
weird
be
is always in.
shy. Yeah, don't be shy because sometimes people don't understand this. Sometimes it's your weirdness that people get like they end up being attracted to because like I said back in the days, I was really ahead of my time, but that's what made me stand out and that's what people liked me because I've always heard guys
Yeah.
say you really don't dress like normal females, like you really dress different. And
Yeah.
everybody always tells me that, like, no matter where I go, the way I put shit together, they're just like, yo, you're really different. But I like it, And the girls would be like,
Yes.
oh my God, I love your bell bottoms. I love this. Where'd you get them from? I'm like, Walmart,
Mhm.
$10. or I'm like, shut up at the thrift store. But it's like, and I don't care. I mean, it could be, I really don't spend my money though, like on
Me neither. I'm very
big
cheap. Oh
name.
my
Yeah,
God.
I ain't
No,
gonna lie. I do
I'm
have a
into
Prada purse, but it only
costumes.
cost me like $40. So it'll probably be real Prada. But I like knockoff shit. I do not care.
You heard the
um,
song. I
yeah,
don't got a diamond
spend
necklace,
it
save my money, I'll invest
exactly.
it. I spend it on dude, I can make this
I got
bow
silver,
for
so
$2.
hopefully
Come on now.
no
Yeah.
jewels, just silver. I mean, hopefully they won't want
Yeah,
witch
fake.
chain.
Yeah.
Hopefully they won't want 813 witch. Okay. What I'm saying, I let people know it's WITCH, not B. But but
Either way.
yeah, I just, man, I got bills to pay. I'm gonna be honest, people, man, I got bills to pay. When you got
Me
bills to
too.
pay,
You don't care like about
yeah, it gets to a
for
point where
like
it's like, man, I'm happy to
frivolous
have
stuff.
my bills paid. So,
You can
and
relax.
and I don't have all the jewels, but I have a nice damn wardrobe. Fuck with me.
That's a thing, like you can have it look just as nice, if not better, and not cost. Yeah, people are very what's the word? Um they're like very label hungry or a lot of I think it's because of social media people kind of are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
well, does that like it costs this much so it makes it better." Just cuz it
Mhm.
costs that much money doesn't make it better. I
My
don't like when
time, it
yeah.
was Bubos, remember? In my time, it was some Bubos with you on that Bobo shit. Look
I don't
at
know
your
what Bubbles is.
Bubos. And I'm like, and I like Bubos. Well, you're wearing Bubos.
That's a
This is
cute
not,
name though.
it's not, this is not, that's what they used to call things back in the days of the knockoffs. They call them Bubos.
That's
I'm like,
actually a cute name. I
oh.
kind of like Bubbles. That's cute. Bubbles is cute. I like it.
Yeah, I like your Bubos. Your no
Yeah,
name stuff. That's what they call Bubos. But
I got it. Huh.
Hey,
Yeah,
but I like whatever looks good, and it doesn't matter. It could be $2, it could be $3, it could be 50 cent, bitch. If it looks good, and it's funny because it's some of the hottest shit that I got be like the cheapest, and
mhm.
bitches will steal that shit quick, and I'm just like, well, fuck, it was cheap enough. Your ass could have bought it today yourself instead of stealing from me.
Wow. That's the thing. A lot of companies, a lot of corporations will 7x their prices. They'll make it like 20 times higher for no reason, just because the economy is. I think that's what's going on right now. I do actually have a shop. I should have mentioned that Lexa Trust. But if you
Oh, there
Google,
you
you'll be
go.
able to find it. So you can buy a
That's
mask,
fine.
you can buy hair, but all for sale. And
Oh, I gotta check it out.
yeah,
Girl,
the masks are
shoot.
13 bucks. Oh, I actually sewed this on myself. He's coming off.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah, I make the bows. Like they're all like there's things under $10. So if
Oh,
you want to
dope.
support lexaterrestrial.com, I do have a shop. So that's what I mean. I make a lot of stuff myself for like cheap, you know? I love it. It's like a game to me.
DIY, do it yourself. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's like a
Is
fun
that
game.
DIY? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
love being creative. I'm a Cancer because I take outfits and like I'll just chop them
Mm-hmm.
up and rearrange them. I've been doing it since I was a kid. It's funny because that's how I got my first job. I was cutting my
Oh,
clothes,
interesting.
and my parents were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm altering it." And they're like, "But I just spent this much money, and you just cut it up." And I'm like, "But it's I hook it up. It's not like it's totally destroyed." But they're like, "Listen, Marlene, okay, my government." They're like, "You're gonna have to go ahead and get a job before you cut anything else up because we're not gonna spend our hard-earned money for you to go cut it up." So
Mm-hmm.
in school, they offered an OJT class, which is on the job training, and they told me I could leave and go out and get me a job. I said, "What?" I was 13. I said, "Oh hell yeah, I want to get me a job at McDonald's the first
Wow.
paycheck, man." I went and bought me a whole bunch of clothes from the department store, came home and cut every single one of the bitches up.
Yeah.
My mom was
Actually,
like, I said, "You told me how to get a job," and I love clothes. So I was like, bro, I wasn't about to. I had to cut them. To this day, I still cut them things and alter
me,
them. So it's funny
me,
when the girls steal them because I'm like, "Oh no, girl, it's got a sewing right here." And that's how I always catch them, get my outfits back. I'll be like, "Yeah,
oh,
that's
hey, that's not
mine."
as right. That's not a bad idea. Get
Mm-hmm.
putting a little tag on there. I should get a tag.
Mm-hmm. It's just the way that you could tell it's been altered. So and how
Yeah.
would I know if I if it ain't mine? But
That's wild. People
mhm,
take your shit.
they do.
They must really like it. Shit.
And like I said, it wouldn't be a problem if they just come to me and be like, "Hey, you know what I'm
Can I borrow
saying?"
it?
Not even that. Hey, why don't you
How
like
much?
show me how to do that shit? They could do that shit to all these stuff. Leave my shit alone.
Yeah, I
But
feel you.
back
And
in the
Sam,
days, 5 finger discounts was popular back then.
there's a guy on Instagram. I forget his name. I think I know it, but I don't want to like say it if it's wrong. But he took True Religion jeans. He cut them all up, made a really cool
Yeah.
vest,
Hmm.
really awesome vest. It had like 70 pockets. True Religion, actually, I think it's True Religion. They reposted it. They were like, "We
Oh
love.
my
Okay,
god.
this is cool. This is interesting." Shout out to
Oh
him. Yeah, I
yeah.
think it's a friend of mine in New York did
That's
that, and I think it was
cool.
really cool. Yeah,
That's
I think it was
creative too.
super innovative. It was just like this it Velcro. I don't know. It was just a really cool vest.
Mm.
Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Converse did something where you could design Converse and you can put like actual
Yeah.
artwork on them. And I used to make some of the dopest Converse. And it makes me mad because I'm like, man, I wish they would bring that shit back so we could put our images back on it. Because let me tell you, I could
Oh
get a deal
wow.
going
Yeah.
with them with kids and the Windows
Yeah.
Paint stuff that I had. Because man, my daughter used to put some really cool shit together, and
Oh, I would
I
love
still
some
got pictures
alien
of it that I could throw it and
Converses.
be like, look. But it's pretty
Oh,
cool.
why?
So
Yeah, that would have been so cool. They should
mhm.
bring that back. I would love to have some like
Yeah.
neon green alien Converses, please.
Right? You
Yeah.
know they got the new Converses now with the platforms in them. They're so damn cute. Oh my god, they got these
Mm-hmm.
pink little boot ones. I was like,
I'll have to
whoa,
check those out. I do have an old
girl,
pair that's
they're
they're high
so dope.
heels. Yeah, I do. They're dirty. They're
These
all dirty now though.
these got a heel on them about like that, but they're so cute and they got little high tops. Girl, wait till you see them. They're so fucking cute. Oh my
I'll
god, it
check them
was like,
out.
yeah, they're like $50.
Yeah, they're not.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's reasonable.
it is. It's still a little high for my budget
Hmm.
because I'm like, I'm
If it's
cheap, man.
if it's
I
if
don't
they're
like them
cool
over
enough,
25, but yeah.
if they're really cool enough and interesting enough, and it's under $100, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's good.
I,
Yeah.
I I can save 25 here and 25 there.
Yeah, but I'm very like fiscally responsible. I
Well,
have to be because since I got sick, oh my God, I've always been like very save my money type of person, but
yeah.
since I got sick, oh my God, yeah, because I can't work regular hours, regular job because of this.
Mm,
I mean, I
mm.
what am I gonna go work in like a restaurant with like breathing devices? Like I don't think so. And I'm
Right?
still waiting on SSDI to acknowledge all the paperwork my doctor sent and still waiting on their asses. They
They
like
don't
to take
like to
forever to help
acknowledge
people.
shit. They don't like to acknowledge
The
shit.
fucking government.
They'll know you got problems and still fucking deny you.
We are on our third appeal.
Yeah.
The fucking government. I swear, you guys. No wonder. No wonder.
System, man. They're trying to take our rights away. So
Always
yeah,
have been. Yeah.
yeah. I don't really like Candace Owens too much, but she's been spitting a lot of facts lately, and
Like
there's a lot of
what?
things
Oh wow,
going
she's
on.
wild. Oh my god, she's wild.
Well,
What?
I think she had a little bit of an awakening
An epiphany?
herself. She had an awakening, I think, because she, I mean, everybody's, brains function different, but I noticed that she was one way, and then all of a sudden, I think it was after as she had her baby, because she was one way before the baby, and then when she had the baby, she's starting to change, and actually address some of these issues out here that people are afraid to address.
Yeah.
She said Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. I was like, oh shit, yeah.
A lot of people don't like the Kardashians, and I'm like, you know what? Too late now. I feel like they've definitely had an impact on women, and I think a lot of lives were lost. All those women getting BBLs and dying, and yeah, I think in a dangerous way they kind of influenced beauty. I mean, you can't really be like, oh, they're totally responsible, but I think they purposefully definitely did a little bit.
Well,
which sucks.
You know how it is. Sometimes people are happy with themselves, so they gotta
Yes,
change things.
it is your choice though. Freedom to do whatever you want.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely.
We got to have freedom to do what we want and look how we want to look. Whatever the fuck that is. And I support that. Yeah.
I support you. I was telling people, I support people wanting to, if they feel like they're this or that and they want to live that way, and that's fine. But when you start infringing upon my rights, as a woman, you know what I mean, for my gender, and you start pushing your weight into my gender where from a standpoint start beginning you don't belong, then I have a problem with it, because I stay in my own lane, and I don't go there and push into somebody else's lane. So I have no problem with people, living the way they want to. It's just when it starts to interfere with my rights and infringe upon my right or invade my rights, which take away my rights.
Yeah.
Then I put my foot down on it, and
I don't think anybody's going to try to, nobody should try to take anybody else's rights in giving other people the equality they deserve. It should not affect. We're all equal. We should all be equal. We should all be in our own lane and also all be able to come together too.
Most definitely. But men, y'all keep your asses out the ladies' bathrooms.
So, Miss Money, anything else you want to discuss?
Yes, we have this.
Because I'm gonna pop out soon. It's 12:30, and I gotta get
wrapping it up.
Rest my ass.
This new song, one last song of the night.
Oh,
you
shit.
got this new track. Oh my gosh, I went and checked it out. It's hot. Everybody needs to get over and check it out. It's called No Nonsense. You did this. Go ahead and tell us about the guy, the artist that's
Brother
on
Mans.
That's what it was. Brother Mans. Yes. He is so dope. But go ahead and tell us about this track.
He's so talented. Yeah, he's so talented. Like I said, we're in the studio I just went over to check out his studio. He's another fellow artist, and his friend came over, who's actually the brother of another artist friend of mine. He's playing beats, and we're all like, all right, let's just write. And boom, bang, bang, I wrote something in 20 minutes. And I'm like, guys, do you want me to scream on this? And they're like, yes, please. I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yes, please. And so I wrote in a screaming part. And the first time I think I ever did a track like that, and it felt so good. It felt really, really good. Next thing I know, he finished that track so quick, record timing. And like I said, shout out to Brother Mans. We also shot a really cool, like, paranormal kind of, it was very paranormal, like, kind of music video. It's on my YouTube, I think. Check it out. It's very, like, creepy and abstract. And yeah, this track is like, I don't know. It's, if you kind of like Scar-Lord or like Suicide Boys, which I know a lot of people go crazy for them, you'll fucking love this track. You will. And
I loved it.
And I'm very grateful for the fact that's one thing. That's one reason why I'm like, okay, I got sick. But because I got sick, it actually opened up my ability to be able to do this, to do like metal vocals, which is weird. But, and so that's one thing that came out of it, I guess.
There you go. There's always a positive and a negative. You know that.
I hate that there has to be a negative. There doesn't have to be, but yes, I know. Yeah.
You know, it's, put it like this. A battery has a positive and negative in order for things to work, right?
Yes, it's a balance.
The balance, exactly. Yo, check it out. This is new, hot off the press in the music shop. It's only like a couple days old, right?
Yep, just popped out. It's called Nonsense. Peace, love, and a little bit of nonsense.
There you go. All right, everybody.
Let's get it.
91.3 The Plug, Music Shop, Miss Music, HHQ, TV2. Let's get it. Little technical difficulty, but we got it.
Peace, love, and a little bit of nonsense. Peace, love, and a... Check. It's all about peace, then I need parts. Take from the top like a restart. If it's all about peace, then I need parts. Take from the top like a restart. If it's all about peace, then I need parts. Take from the top like a restart. If it's all about peace, then I need parts. Take from the top like a... I got a lot, but I need more. You can find it at the store. Put peace on the sale for the discount. If I don't find some shit soon, I don't know what I'ma do. Got me howling at the moon. I'ma head out. Yeah. I'ma head out. Yeah. Hey. Pressure, pressure, pressure. When it builds up, it explodes. C4, let it go. B4, let it blow. Just had to let you know. It's all peace, it's all love, little bit of nonsense. It's all peace, it's all love, little bit of nonsense. It's all peace, it's all love, little bit of nonsense. It's all peace, it's all love, little bit of nonsense. It's all peace, it's all love.
Come on, I'll ride on my spaceship. Feeling a little impatient. Feeling so lost, but my purpose is bigger. It's bigger, at least that's what they say. I swear I'm 2 seconds away from this bitch. I might go Super Saiyan. I don't got enemies, frenemies. Maybe at least this is how they pretend to me. Ask myself, why am I feeling so lost? That girl, yeah, she got what she wants. Never enough. Sometimes I can never get up. I've been asleep way too much. Yeah, I got bottles and bottles and bottles of pills in my drawer, and I freak a bitch out. That's just a product of being me now. Then what is normal, I'll never find out. Yeah. It's so peace, it's all a little bit nonsense. But so peace, it's all a little bit nonsense. It's so peace, it's all a little bit nonsense. But so peace, it's all a little bit nonsense.
Got a lot, but I need more. You can find it at the store. Put peace on the sale for the discount. If I don't find some shit soon, I don't know what I'ma do. Got me howling at the moon, I'ma head out. I got a lot, but I need more. You can find it at the store. Put peace on the sale for the discount. If I don't find some shit soon, I don't know what I'ma do. Got me howling at the moon, I'ma head out. And it's all peace, and it's all love. It's all peace, it's all love, little bit of nonsense. It's It's all peace, it's all love, yeah. It's all peace, it's all love, little bit of nonsense.
That's right now. Brother Man is featuring Lexa Terrestrial nonsense. What? Let me tell you. That I got goosebumps again. My damn
When
hands,
I
my damn
it,
nipples got
good. Oh, I love.
my nipples
Oh, I
get
love
hard.
that.
Like, what
Love
the
that.
hell?
Yes, please. Love that. We love. Oh my God. Good. Yeah. No. When I
Yes.
first heard this, I was like, bro, like I love this sound. There's not a lot of rappers that do sound like that.
Thank you.
There's not any female rappers that do that. Not that I
No, and
know.
I love your part.
Um.
And yo, bring more of that
Yeah. No.
shit. That shit was fire.
I
You
love.
got Jim
I love.
James. Just said, yeah, this one made me want to write a verse to it.
Right.
This a hit.
I want to write another song to it again.
I'm
Like,
still
yeah.
getting goosebumps. My hair done stood up again. Like,
Aw,
little
yeah, like
hair
I
sticking
recorded
out.
that really quick. Like I wasn't expecting to record that day, but I
Mm.
just laid down kind of like whatever I had, and then he put it together, and so
I was enjoying it. I loved it too when it first dropped. I was like, okay, when it first started, I was like, wow, this is different sound. And then I
yeah,
heard him and I was like, I started getting goosebumps and I was like, all right, all right. And then you came on and I was like, and then my hair stood up again and my nipples got, I was like, all right.
oh, we love
Okay.
that. We love
I
that.
love
Thank
it.
you.
I love it. I do when it makes my body like talk and I gotta listen to
Yes,
it. I was like, oh Lord. But yeah, I
we
love
love
that
that.
because it's a vibe. And it's not a
Oh
vibe
yeah,
that
I
you can catch with
headbang.
a lot of songs. So, you know, getting parts of me to stand up that necessarily don't stand up is like, ooh, I like that. Like, you know
It's
what I mean?
there's other people that have said that. Like when I've played that for other people, they've been like, "What the fuck? Wow!" Like they I was even kind of like, which is rare for me because I hate everything I do, obviously. I hate everything I do, obviously. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? This sounds so good. I honestly can't believe that's me, you know? But I
Mhm.
like Brother Man, like, he's so talented. I
He is
want to
talented. Like,
absorb that. I like working with people that are as passionate, which is rare. I don't work with a lot of people. I'm a loner, so like when I do,
me
it's
too.
it's extra special. Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to get me to like come out of all sorts of events right now, and I'm like, man, I'm in isolation mode.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if
I'll
you're
come
in that
out when I'm
mode,
ready, but right now I just got so much to work on with me. It's like I don't have time to play right now, people, but I'll be out eventually.
yeah, you're in your zone. You'll be out. You'll come out. It's like your
Most
different
definitely.
phases. Yeah.
Yes. Well, everybody, I hope you like Alexa Terrestrials. Has definitely been an eye opener for me.
Oh,
I
thank you.
love to just. I'm so happy we could add her to the music shop. Y'all could check her out.
Thank
Different
you.
vibes, different music, full of life. I love it. The white side, the dark side. We got to include it all. Y'all make sure
So
you get over to her page, like, share, subscribe. There is some comments, show support.
yes,
Give my girl
please.
some love. And I just want to say
Sincerely.
thank you. Thank you for coming on to the music shop. And I hope we'll have
Oh,
you back.
this is awesome.
Thank you. I hope we have you on in the future. That way you can let us know what's going
Yes.
on. One last thing before you go.
I got a lot of goodies. Yes.
Yeah, I need you to give me your links, but I want you to let the public know what you got coming up if you got anything coming up.
Yes. Okay. I was
And
just
don't
gonna
forget
say,
about the voting. Don't forget about the
oh,
voting.
oh my God, thank you. I
Yes.
was gonna forget about the voting. Thank you
And
for
I
reminding me.
voted.
God damn it. Oh, thank you so much. So
I know we're pushing time, but hey, get it in.
no, it's good. First of all, if you do want to support, I do have a Patreon. You can it's Lexa, patreon.com/Lexa Terrestrial. I drop a lot of like behind the scenes stuff there. Like I said, I am sick. I am waiting on this stupid government. I got bills. I'm ecking by, right? I feel like shit every day. So if you do want to support in any capacity, I appreciate that. But I'm working on a lot of music. I'm dropping a track called X Files. It is dark. It is creepy. Actually, Tech Nine was gonna get on it. I wish he would have. That would have been sweet.
Right.
So I'm working on a lot of music, some dark, some happy, some sexy R&B stuff. I'm going on tour this summer with my two girlfriends, Liz Scott and Princess Nostalgia, who are equally as unique, and I love that. We're doing Summer on Mars tour. It is a whole thing. Summer on Mars is an intergalactic experience of mostly music, but also art and fashion too. And oh, you'd love it. So
Oh,
our
yeah.
first stop is New York, baby, where I got a good show there at Mercury Lounge, which is
Wow.
Mercury. We got some planetary connection. And it'll be with Paperboy, Prince of the Suburbs, and I love him. He's, oh my god, I got to show you some of his stuff. He's wild. He's also running for city council in Brooklyn. So if you're out there and you care about the people, go vote. And also, speaking of voting, I was nominated for Best Hip Hop Artist, which I'm very, very grateful. Thank you. I'm very grateful for. I had no idea, honestly.
Salute, Queen.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You're
And
welcome.
it means a lot considering I am different. Like I said, I'm always like, oh, I wish I could make music like this person or that person. But it does mean a lot that even though I am different, people really like it. It really resonates with them. So if you want to go vote for me, the link to that is in my Instagram bio. It's with the Pittsburgh City Paper. You can vote every day. I had this like thought to myself, like the year 2023 is going to be like the year 2023. So I really hope it's our year because, like I said, I am sick. I don't know how many more opportunities like that I'm going to get. This does it tears into me a lot. So yeah, please go vote for me. You could vote every day, multiple times. The link is in my Instagram, and yeah, I'll come back on when I got like some new cool music we can listen to.
Yeah. Well, I got another radio show too that I'll be doing called Teen Music Radio. It's audio, but we would love for you to come on there and share it on that network too.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Sweet. There you go.
You'd be doing a lot.
Yeah. Well, hey, I gotta do something, man. I not just creative, but I gotta do something fun. This is fun. I like this. So I'm like, I can get on here and
talk to people and
do something good, and yet put some good music out and share my platform. So that's
you're very good at it. And thank you for having me on.
Oh, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Well, everybody, unfortunately, we've been out here a little longer than most of my shows, going on almost 2 hours. But it's a good show. It's longer than anybody's been on. So we've definitely enjoyed it here at the Music Shop. We got people that actually hung in. Shouts out to Jet James. We appreciate your comments and your love. Definitely, y'all get back with us. We're going to be on next episode. You have to check out YouTube to see who's coming on. But we're going to be turning up this month. But anyways, as for me and Miss Lexa Terrestrial, we busy. We got things to do, so we got to go.
Yeah, for real. Adios, my love.
That's right.
Peace, love, and a little bit of nonsense. Adios, my queen.
You heard it. Good night, queen. You have a nice night. All right. Check her out. She is hot, yo. Good night, people. The Music Shop with Miss Music. You are tuned into the Music Shop, Miss Music on 91.3 The Plug and HHQ TV. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, baby.